Hello, I'm Kasey Rogers, and welcome to Hands-On Holidays. You know, I bet you can't guess which holiday we're celebrating today. Well, maybe you can. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Here we are at the beautiful, the historic Stagecoach Inn Museum, right here in Newbury Park, Southern California. Now, some of you may not think that Southern California is exactly the place to celebrate Halloween, because you want the cold winds and you want those leaves that are red and orange. But you know, we like our sandy beaches and we like our palm trees this way. So we're going to show you, Mark and I, how to make yourselves a wonderful Halloween. All vintage, Victorian, maybe even spooky. And it's going to look just as good in your own modern day homes today. Well, Mark's waiting for us inside. Come on in. To recreate the nostalgic feeling that fall and Halloween always bring, Mark and I have created a virtual cornucopia of ghoulish goodies from ages past.
Kasey and I are going to show you how you can recreate all these wonderful things in glorious black and orange.
You know, old-fashioned decorations at old-fashioned prices.
So there's nothing better than to have a Halloween party in an authentic haunted house.
Haunted?
Never mind.
You didn't tell me anything about haunted. Mark, you didn't say...
Join us, won't you?
Haunted?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Haunted.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the first thing that we're going to make today for our vintage Victorian looking table are these old-fashioned party crackers. So-called because when you pulled the ends, they made a cracking noise. These pretty much gained popularity about 100 years ago in England, and they've been pretty popular ever since then. They were filled with little candies, trinkets, goodies, and always a paper crown.
Yeah, but we're not using a paper crown.
No.
Because it's Halloween and they have all the little kids' costumes that are so cute. So we're going to save that for Christmas.
Save the crown for Christmas.
Right.
So let's get started here.
Okay.
The first thing you want to do is cut a piece of crepe paper to fit either a toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube. You know, a couple of different sizes on the table look great. Cut it about 3 inches longer on either end, and you want to roll it. And now you're going to want to roll it at least a double thickness, because you can, as you can see, you can still see through it here. So if you do a double thickness and roll it up, that should take care of that.
It's pretty color.
Yeah. Then you want to secure it with a piece of double stick tape.
Okay,
exactly.
double sticky.
All right. And now you're ready to stuff your ends. So we're going to use newspaper in keeping with that vintage, you know, what you got around the house kind of feel. Actually, if you want to age your newspaper to keep adding to that vintage feel, you can unfold it to about this big and stick it in the oven on 150.
Mark, not the oven.
Yeah, stick it in the oven on 150, but keep an eye on it. It shouldn't catch on fire, but it will continue to get browner and browner and browner, and the browner it gets, the more brittle it gets, and your paper will fall apart. So you just want to age it a little bit.
Or if you don't want to go through all that trouble, just go get some paper napkins?
Paper napkins,
like
decorative
cocktail napkins that have a print in your color scheme, and they work great.
Just gather your newspaper up, stuff the end, then you want to take a piece of thread about yay long.
Mark, they're scissors.
Yeah, well, God gave you teeth for it. He gave you scissors. And you want to double it once, double it twice, and then you want to tie off your end here.
Want me to hold that for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steady that for me. I can't get a hold of it.
Nice and tight.
There you go. Tie off your end, and then you might want to tie it again back here and tie it in a nice knot. All right. Then you want to just trim off your little ends here. Now, okay, now you are ready to fill your party cracker. We've chosen these great chocolate coins with embossed pumpkin faces and some bubblegum pieces. You just want to fill it up in there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then you want to take like a pinch of confetti. We use black star confetti and just toss it in there.
Yeah, so when you open it, it makes a nice mess, right?
Yeah, that's what vacuums are for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, then you're going to want to finish off the other end, much like you've done the first one, and you wind up with that. And then you're going to want to tie a pretty piece of ribbon around, about 7 inches worth of ribbon, around the end to hide the thread. And all you have to do is tie it around once, tight, and just leave it. It's got nice ends there. We've cut into little triangle shapes. And now you want to finish decorating this, so take an opposite piece of crepe paper streamer, and you're going to want to wrap it around about 3 or 4 times. On the lighter colors, you tend to, it tends to show through, so do it about 3 times. And clip it off.
Double sticky.
Yep, secure it with some more double sticky tape. And there you go.
Voila.
And for the final touch, to hide the little seam there, you want to use a vintage decal or any kind of decal or sticker that you buy at the store. We chose to go with vintage ones that we found on auction sites such as eBay, on online auction sites. And you usually wind up only winning one at a time, so what we've done is made laser copies of them and cut them out. It might be a little overkill, but if you want that vintage look, it takes a little bit of work. Take your double sticky tape, put it on the back, find your little seam, stick it on, and there you have a finished party cracker in several different sizes. When we come back, I'm going to show you today's fresh idea, which involves taking a double roll of carnival tickets and recycling them into a carnival ticket treat bowl. Carnival ticket bowls. You can get them in any color scheme that you want. If you want red ones for Christmas, you can get that. You can get white ones for New Year's Eve, would be very sharp and pretty. But for a country kind of Halloween, autumn feel, you know, barn parties and stuff, these ticket bowls are really cool. And to start off with, you have to get your roll of tickets, okay? Your roll of tickets. And you have to, they come taped together, so untape it, and you're just going to have to loosen it up all the way through. And then you're going to have to re-roll it. Now this takes a little bit of time, but with the magic of Halloween, let's speed things up. You don't have to do it all the way to the end because your base can stay rather taut. But you do have to get it down so that it will form over the bowl. And none of these, no two ever come out exactly the same because you never get it wound up completely the same length, but that's okay. There we go. All right, once you get it loosened up, you're going to want to take your ever popular double sticky tape again and close up the gap. There. Now, once you've done that, you want to take these little wooden discs that you can get at any craft store and your favorite hot glue gun, because you've got to put a base on these bowls. Otherwise, everything in them is going to fall through them. So there's one there. Then you need to flip it over without it falling apart. And you're going to have to put one there. Get the hot glue strings out of there. There, and you want to set that to dry for a minute. So just pick it all up, move it over here, and set it to dry. Now, you're going to be using a lot of the stiffening agent, so you want to cover your bowl with some foil. And then a bowl about the size of the bowl you want to make, you need to get, and you also want to cover it with foil so that it doesn't stick to it. Any kind of mixing bowl would do pretty well for this. Form the foil over the bowl, tuck it up underneath. There's that. And last but not least, you're going to want to put a little bit of foil on your table surface just to catch any drips and leaks. All right. Take your bowl and put it on there. Take your tickets, set it on there, and form your bowl. It makes it a nice base to it. It's going to take the exact shape of the bowl underneath. You might want to put a little rim on there, so on the edge, so bring it up a little bit. Make sure that when you're working at it, your tickets are facing down.